One of Bowser Jr.'s kryptonites is just superior mobility and just being able to stuff him out and Palutena can do that in spades. I think you kind of have to at this point. Eric really, this is his character whether he likes it or not. I feel like at this point, like he does have the wolf, he does have like the Mario here and there, but it's just, his character pool doesn't really have answers to value, like BB Wolf, but you gotta start with Bowser Jr. here.
Yeah, it's the character that he's been rocking with over the last year.
It's been quite a year.
Yeah, it's quite an incredible character for Eric.
It really just comes down to how, like, his evaluations of risk reward are so strong. He lives for so long with this character, and then he just gets those home runs right when he needs it to take those early stops with Bowser Jr. Absolutely lends himself to it.
I've been seeing Eric go for more of the ejector seat hammer swings, and I love it. It's such a good option. It's such a surprise option.
It's like a burn too, right? If you get the right setup for it. So Eric really, at this point of the character, like, he needs to start to push those kind of things more if he wants to get the most out of Bowser Jr. He has fantastic fundamentals as a player, but he also is playing like a player at that. So he needs to be able to add on those additional things that characters get.
After rocking to a good start. What?
Yeah, it has a bit of like tough guy on the start, like, or on the top guard. You have to get it. Oh, so the shield poke time, like the explosion from the Koopa, the Mecha Koopa, plus the back air was enough to shield poke. That was really good.
Good stuff. Sometimes grabbing that Mecha Koopa is not in the best interest.
It feels like it is, but you don't really get much out of it. So at that point, oftentimes I'll just kind of jump over it and just kind of let it keep running.
Yeah, and it doesn't have enough run to get back to you, so you're just chilling. You're fine with letting it go.
Nothing like giving up your advantage when a Mecha Koopa drop. But I say that as he's starting to keep him in the corner that he got, like, was that 20% of the Mecha Koopa explosion did?
I think it was that kind of
okay, yeah.
But still, 70%, huge start on this second stock for Eric. That's big.
It's also, having that Mecha Koopa out disrupts CRB's neutral a good amount for someone that's, he's so pristine in neutral, so having that, just a little bit of movement disruption goes a long way to just like starting to find things, especially in this matchup where you have your mobility.
It hasn't looked like it's been that. But obviously, throughout the game, we've been seeing Eric get out mobility, like have less mobility, and already a lot of the stuff that CRB is getting hit by is kind of stuff like he's putting himself in pretty bad situations, and Eric is just right there with the correct call out, with the big wrecking ball, and all of the options that are racking up so much damage.
Eric doing, in order to get CRB to overextend those kind of positions is much easier said than done, so it really speaks to Eric's ability to apply pressure with this character and just force uncomfortable situations. But on the flip side, CRB finally getting that advantage say that he needed with his stock.
I was going to say that if CRB lost this game, we would see a massive shift in gameplay in the next game, but CRB is a good enough player to make that shift in the game. And we should start to see CRB slow down, recognize that he's getting put in these bad situations, really work on his spacing, his pacing, and he's doing just that as he's now getting himself to a bigger and bigger lead and looking to find that back air right there to perhaps take this first game, go for another up smash, and now got that leg on lock, going for the grabs is no good, but here we go with another back air, and this game is starting to slip away from Eric.
I thought that neutral was going to be the struggle in this matchup, but it's disadvantage 100%. Eric can't really do anything about these Palutena aerials. Anytime he gets hit in his fourth off stage, he's taking so much percent.
That's kind of the name of the game for Bowser Jr. He can have such a hard time landing, as we've been seeing in this third stock. Just getting the Clown Card back on the ground is proving more and more difficult as this game has gone on. And there's no wrecking with the back air, throwing one out as the shield is dropped and giving CRB that first
Too
game.
bad for you.
CRB is starting to get cognizant of the fact that Eric is really fishing for those spot dodge reversals in neutral, trying to time it so that way he can get in on these Palutena back airs. So now CRB is starting to switch up his timing on those. You see he's just starting to take advantage of, like, you know, Eric into that sequence of spot dodge tilt, forward tilt, and so CRB is like, here's another back air.
Just like empty hop, back air.
Yep.
It's gonna wait for it.
I do like the stage pick going back to PS2. Eric was doing a good job of using the space on the stage in order to keep himself in control, but unfortunately, it also means that CRB has more room to get these Palutena combos.
There you go, spot dodge up tilt, and it actually worked. And now it's Eric's turn to rack up this damage. Obviously not gonna get as much Palutena, but now we can reset the neutral and see it. Up tilt's been doing really good stuff so far.
Yeah, it's a good combo starter, especially at that low percent. One of Bowser Jr.'s better tools, especially like in order to lead to those affairs at those earlier percents. And this is really all you need. This is the only damage you need. See, there you go. Well, I was like, if he wasn't gonna let it rip first, I was gonna say that forward smash is absolutely going to kill right now.
And he's hanging on that ledge a little bit too long. That percent racks up. The shorter you have to be on that ledge, and more damage. 47, 55. Those up airs are so quick and so good.
So you whip a move in front of Bowser Jr.'s spot though. You like forks.
Forks and hammers.
You're hungry.
Kind of good team. He's always got that bit on.
It's true. He's eating.
He's always ready. I don't think the best thing she's got for Green is he's just a play player. But
There's when Kid Icarus Uprising came out, there were a bunch of anime that came out, and one of them was just Palutena being a dog chick cook. Like cook things. I think it was like that she like cooked things like in recipients or like disgusting random thing. I might be misremembered, but I just know there was a cooking short that she was just really bad at it.
I feel like if a goddess is gonna be bad at it, it might just be like accidentally right.
She's high key, like a epic in that game. They don't, it doesn't seem like that at all in Smash, but he cares up, right? She's like kind of a
She doesn't really have much of a personality.
Yeah, that's on Smash a lot of times where I feel like they do that like for Shulk where they just like don't represent him correctly, all the Fire Emblem characters.
That's what we're about it.
Yeah. I guess she does like you shall be purified, and there's probably this guy, so forget about it. Yeah, you get to see about it. Anyway.
Enough about personality.
Palutena's getting her ass.
Let's talk about that, because there's an entire stock separating these two, and CRB cannot seem to find a way to get this first stock, the second stock, and now all his stocks are gone.
And really, I talked about towards the end of game 1 where CRB was doing a good job of punishing Eric's up-close game. Complete flip through the script in that game too. Eric was really timing his spot dodges well to get those early percents. He was waiting to shield right until the last moment to get an up smash kill, to take that second stock. So he was really punishing CRB's micro spacing very well in that game too.
These last two games have been so, the spacing has been so important. Like Shard with his aerial drift that ended up being the bane of his existence. And then now with Eric having just immaculate spacing with a character who is bad, maybe, depending on how much you're on Twitter. That is,
it's 1-1.
It's 1-1.
Okay. And even just like less about like heroes and more about just like you look at the character's traits. Bowser Jr. does not have, you know, great aerial drift, is not going to have better, he does have like pretty large aerials. Palutena's going to have better frame data, better priority. And Eric's just really dominating the ground game despite that. But having this bigger having Battlefield for CRB is going to be really nice. It gives him more options to maneuver around Eric and try to whip punish around Junior. And especially to avoid those ledge trap scenarios, just being able to teleport to those platforms.
I would counter by saying Bowser Jr. can get up a lot. He can get those uppies. He can get a lot of damage off of those up airs, which he has been consistently. But You know what?
I don't think CRB is going to let him get away with that, though, just because Bowser Jr.'s clown car is so telegraphed, and CRB is typically someone that's going to be positioning for those kind of recoveries, where he's going to force you to the ledge so that we can get a lot of mileage off those ledge traps. So unless you really catch him off guard, or you have like a Mecha Koopa to throw it in, you're really just going to go the clown car high, unfortunately.
Yeah, and CRB is too good to give Eric obvious things that he wants. Erictho and call out a go.
Yeah, at that point, they're both looking for something similar. You saw CRB lining up for the back here, but it's beat Eric to let it rip first, and then just getting that one big hit that he needs, that one up air to pile on so much percent immediately to start the stock.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the jump height to get up to that third platform. He's going to have to really start something on one of those platforms if he wants to continue those up air things that high. And CRB, like you said, is not going to let him do that.
This point's really just on CRB to make the adaptation back here. Has not gotten a lot of mileage off of his ledge trap like you typically see as this set goes on. Eric's doing a good job of just disrupting the timing so CRB can't get his jump up. But as I say that, perfectly timed back here there for CRB to do that second stock.
Yeah, he was quick with his option. Eric was, and now down a stock. 87%, not too much. But the thing that Eric wants to take the stock to 87 is certainly not going to be allowed by CRB. Now, there's turned around, no, just going for the back here. Getting that car back to the stage with that back here. 103. All right, nice bounce. And a good catch with the up smash. He's got one of those already in this game. Off of a shield hit from CRB, but now that shield hit is going to lead to nothing more. Okay.
Now the question is, how does Eric force the issue neutral to get that opening lead? How does he get that up solar on up air? CRB is really not going to force the issue here, so he's going to need to take up that space. CRB is doing a good job of just holding this lead. It's starting to go away from him, but he just does not want to put himself in a bad position.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a great position.
Really? Okay. And hey, there you go. That's it. Let him go to that hella telegraph top platform with that clown car. So, called out with an up air. Only one he really got on Battlefield. And so now 2-0, 2-1 for CRB. If I don't know anything about this set, this might just
You got another game 5 potentially. It just depends on what this stage is looking like here. Imagine we're probably gonna go back to a bigger stage again. Eric seemed like he was more comfortable. With that PS2. More often than not, this is where I see Eric right here.
Yeah, which is interesting because Mecha Koopa doesn't go as far with the biggest stage, but also he doesn't use it that type of way. He really uses it as more of like an option.
Policy, yeah, just to take up some space, gives CRB something to think about. He does occasionally, like we saw that shield poke combo with the back air, so it's definitely something you have to be wary of if you're CRB.
Yeah, this is pretty casual. This is pretty normal for these type of players. Go back and forth, get yourselves up to 100%, and now we will just play this incredibly patient game where both players will hold on to the stock for far longer than you think they will, because good players just tend to do that.
CRB is super patient, but in those situations, it's Eric typically coming out on top. He's the patient of the patient. He knows when to let those up smashes rip. He gets the position he's looking for there. He's going to continue to tack on this damage. CRB, and I don't know if he... He's
gotten this damage so easy. He's gotten these combo players with eligible ease. It's kind of why.
Yeah, the multi-hit on Taiwo up air was not enough to break the clown card. It didn't matter.
I got the dash attack there. That grab ain't good, but whipping it entirely, lucky to get away with that one.
I see Eric start to play this more defensive game with the Mecha Koopa. Does not want to interact with Palutena at these low percents. Does not want to eat a bunch of nairs. Bring out really well for him. CRB is... Oh! pixels away from that forward smash getting called.
And an awesome setup for Eric, and it's to no avail as he barely gets back to the stage. Gets a good reversal, but now back on the ledge. Never mind, the Clown Card's been kind of 50-50 in terms of it being good or not. But that up smash, kind of 3 for 3 on hitting its mark and taking the stock.
Going on with CRB's spacing in this set, it's not so nice. Just for him putting himself in those kind of positions over and over. I guess it's just Eric being able to be in that, like, in the driver's seat, feels like he needs to force the issue and just making the deficit greater and greater.
What knowledge to know to double pummel into the down throw, knowing he had enough time for the Mexican to come back and get maximum damage. And now to 106. What were we saying? Just come right back if you're Eric and take this game. And it's looking like a 2-stock if CRB can't find this second stock from Eric.
You're seeing how much Mexico matters in this matchup. Any opportunity that Eric has to get it out, any not guaranteed advantage, say he's letting it rip in order to give CRB something else to think about. And it gives him also more options to outspace CRB. Just being able to throw that Mexico if he needs to on his approaches. It's been low-key one of the most important moves in this set.
Which you not normally think. Like that move is, like you said, what did you call it? Like giving up advantage, and now getting another up smash. Didn't even mean
up smash is the MVP without question. Almost every stock is being taken with it. Eric, he knows when he has you at that percent when to take up that space and call out those jumps from Paluch. He's trying to come in with a back air, but you can't get the back air out of the up smash 30 they were waiting for you.
No, yeah, and that one didn't even need the assist from the Mexico. The Mexico has been getting so much damage, racking up. I feel like I could. There's got to be like a better.
But if it's Chris Paul, then Eric's not going to win the set because Chris Paul doesn't win anything.
No, you're right. Fine. It should be.
Who's a point guard that's won championship? Mexico was small too, like Jalen Brunson.
There we go.
Yep, there we go.
Yup. He's got that pop like Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, yep.
Yup. Everyone wants him like Jalen Brunson.
I don't think everyone's like
what's the phrase? Like everybody's better than Jalen Brunson until it's time to be better than Jalen Brunson. Every projectile is better than Mecha Cooper until it's time to be better than Mecha Cooper. Like, show me how many times Explosive Flame has been a better projectile. Show me how many times. Show me how many times like Auto Reticle has been used in this matchup. Mecha Cooper, Jalen Brunson. There we go.
Well, getting to a smaller stage and paying dividends for CRB does not give Eric room to run around this Palutena. Being able to just warp cancel on those platforms means that Eric is going to, CRB is going to have opportunities to breathe and reset. And you're just seeing it already. Like he's like, I'm just chilling at this middle until I get my own back.
There's no reason to do anything other than that. He's going to force Eric to come right at him. 82%, not super dangerous for CRB. Not even up smash percent, nowhere near that. Reading that roll, getting that back air. The sand is quickly slipping through the fingers of Eric on this set.
You really use that Carlo to use your Palutena in air is so nice, but at the same time, if you use it too frivolously there, you got CRB waiting for you with the back air.
Incredibly patient. Get yourself a setup.
Just the weakest back that you ever dash that you've ever seen. I thought it was gonna jab block or something.
Does Tyler have anything to jab block? Jab?
Yeah, I think you can jab. Imagine being a character that doesn't have a jab block option.
Okay, there's something. 58, that ain't nothing.
You saw him looking to let that clown car rip just to try to get that opening more. But when CRB has these kind of leads, he really does not let them go. You're seeing him just continue to hold this center, force Eric to approach it. We know Dr. Jr. just does not have those approach options, especially when he's down this much. So you're not going to see CRB falling into those head smashes like he was throughout that play.
Now he gets grabbed. Oh my gosh. Incredibly confident with the up smash too. And now even stocks, it is 88%. This is still looking dangerous for Eric, but we are playing Smash Ultimate, and Eric has shown the nature of Cousin Jr., which can back up his damage pretty quickly. This is far from
Over.
a tick scale.
Just needs one good up tilt, one good up air here to give him this back up. Mecha Koopa, Jalen Brunson trying to assist.
We've seen some crazy comebacks from the Knicks. Let's see if Jalen Brunson can do it again. That back air, no, going straight for the down car into the forward air. There he goes again. The little guy running around the stage. When's he gonna pop? When's he gonna take his shot? Palutena still looking for hits the back air. 136. The next one surely gonna do it. Any Dash Tag, absolutely gonna be it. Dash Tag back air, absolutely gonna be the forefront of CRB and Eric's minds. Mecha Koopa now coming back down to the stage, able to land.
Just needs one good hit to force CRB off stage. You see CRB just having none of it, just going back to the center. That's something that Eric can take advantage of with the right opportunity. CRB, you see him skipping the ledge. He almost had it there.
Man, get back-to-back Mecha Koopa hits and calling out the teleport cancel, not getting the hit. However, underneath the platform, it is now Bowser Jr., Eric underneath that platform, both of them scrapping underneath that platform.
What a jump in back air from CRB to clutch that out. Jumping in, because at that point, it makes sense because it's not like he has enough space to put out that back air, so you don't have to worry about Bowser Jr. hitting you with it. And there really wasn't anything. Like, what if he up smash there? He's gotten so many up smashes throughout this set, but Eric showing that he really only lets those up smashes rip if it's guaranteed, and it was not guaranteed there.
It was definitely a gamble. In that little fight club underneath that platform, they were really scrapping, and at any moment, just